How's it going, Gemini? Welcome to your October 2024 horoscope. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this astrological forecast. The most important aspect of this month is the solar eclipse in Libra on October 2nd at 10 degrees of Libra. This month, we have all of the outer planets in retrograde motion, which is going to make the energy of this solar eclipse to feel very heavy and charged with a lot of past energy. Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Saturn, the nodes, and Chiron. For some of you, especially the ones who have natal aspects really close to this eclipse, is going to be a very intense energy. This eclipse is also very important because it's the last one of the Aries Libra cycle, and I think the most important questions the universe is asking at this time are: did you engage in creative projects during this time? Did you expand your social circle during the cycle? Those were the big lessons that the South Node in the 5th house had to teach you during the last 2 years, and this is the last chance to do the final adjustments in what has to do with social circles and humanitarian causes, also in their relationship with your children. Last month, we had the lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 17th. This was a little preview of what is going to be the next 1.5 years for you, Gemini. The North Node is moving to your 10th house of career and public reputation during the next cycle of eclipses that lasts for 1.5 years starting on January 11th, 2025. So it's very important that you try to remember what happened to you during this eclipse, some days after or before, especially when it has to do with career matters and long-term goals. There was a lot of potential for some secrets and hidden messages being revealed to you during this time. We're going to start breaking down the aspects of this month of October 2024, but first, if you like a personal reading, please visit the link in the description of this video. On October the 2nd, one of the most important aspects of the year will highlight your 5th house, which rules romance, creativity, fun, the solar eclipse in Libra. This is a very important eclipse because it's the last one of the Aries Libra cycle of eclipses. So in general terms, this is a good time to have fun and romance and for creativity. It's also good for practicing sports and gambling. Please be responsible. Also, it's a good time to take care of your children, take them out, go to a trip with them. It might be a good time to conceive. I also want to point out something. This transit of the South Node in your 5th house, it's been there for 1.5 years approximately. And unfortunately, if you deal with addictions or you're a little bit of an imbalanced Gemini, it could have been hard for you to transit. Because even if some of you wanted to stop doing certain things, it could have been really hard for you to stop certain tendencies during the cycle. So it's really important that with the energy of this eclipse, you reevaluate how much time you've been spending just having fun, kind of wasting your time. So it's important to find balance and don't take this to the next cycle, which I'll be talking more in depth in January. Finally, Lilith, the dark moon, will be really close to this eclipse and will be in conjunction with Mercury and the Sun. Again, this means a lot of fun and a lot of empowerment. Lilith rules freedom, and your more inner desires, almost primal. This part of ourselves would like to keep it in private. So during this eclipse, which is happening in the 5th house, Lilith will be unleashed and it has the potential to be a lot of fun, but hopefully you can do it in a responsible way. There is going to be people that are going to message you directly or through social media during this period, especially the ones you had a fling with or the ones that are really attracted to you. On October 12th, Pluto goes direct in Capricorn and is leaving Capricorn for good at least for the next 248 years. Because that's the time Pluto takes to complete a single orbit. Crazy, right? So slowly down, Pluto will be leaving the sign of Capricorn and will enter Aquarius on November 19th. Now, it's time to talk about the transpersonal planets and how they shape generations, and in this case even centuries of humankind. Capricorn in astrology represents structure, control, conservatism. It rules politicians, thinkers, the military. So we live in a society that was very rigid for millennia. We have mostly these powerful men that were emperors that loved to battle with each other with their armies and represent the patriarchy. At this point in time, if you look at what's going on in our society, we have people that represent the old-fashioned way of doing things, battling ferociously to keep themselves in power. On the other hand, we have this eccentric kind of people that are ruled by Uranus, coming to life with their crazy ideas, their purple hair, bringing their progressive ideas, and this scared the hell out of conservative people. So what we need to understand is that everything has its pros and its cons, and today we're gonna discuss the positive stuff about Pluto and its shadow side. We're definitely living in a unique time. Aquarius represents social groups, technology, political ideas. It's a very progressive sign, very eccentric. Pluto represents transformation, hidden knowledge, death, and rebirth. So our society is going to be transformed, and we are already going through that. Whether conservative people like it or not, we're moving into a very progressive couple of centuries. It's going to be a time of urban tribes, but also very focused in humanitarian causes. Aquarius represents breakthrough ideas. This has the potential to be a time of inventions and discoveries, especially in metaphysics and everything that has to do with air energy. Planes, internet, flying cars. Pluto rules sexuality. So this part of our life is going to be redefined. As I said, we're already seeing this happening in our society, with people identifying with different genders and different ways to live their sexuality. But it's just going to be more prominent as Pluto transits this house. The dark side of Pluto has to do with control, obsession, so I wonder if worst case scenario, we could end up under a global dictatorship controlling our minds through social media and humanoid robots. That's very concerning also because of the overly sexual nature of Pluto. This could turn out into some form of degeneracy. For now, let's hope for the best. Hopefully we become a better society where we can see each other as friends and we see ourselves more as a collective. Before we continue with this astrological forecast, feel free to leave a comment, tell me how you're doing, how the energies have been flowing during this time. It's really important to read your feedback, and it's a great way to support this channel. On October 17th, the full moon in Aries will be highlighting your 11th house. Gemini is a very social sign, and this part of your life has been highlighted for a couple of years. This full moon is more like a closure of that aspect. You've made a lot of contacts and acquaintances during this period. This full moon is more like a test to see how many of those are really worth to keep on your inner circle. The moon has a lot to do with secrets and hidden information. So when we have a full moon, it's like a light is put on in this sector, and you can see people clearly. Also, secrets might be revealed during this time. On October 17th, Venus enters Sagittarius. This is your 7th house that deals with relationships and partnerships. This is happening the same date of the full moon, which means that your social circle will be harmonized by Venus, and this could open the door to a new romantic relationship with a close friend. It's also a good time to reconnect with old friends and rekindle a relationship. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope you liked this video. If that's the case, please like and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to go to the bell icon and activate all the notifications so that way you don't miss anything. Also check your rising sign because this combined with your sun sign can help you a lot to understand better how all of these aspects are going to play out in your personal life. Alright Gemini, thanks for watching and I'll see you later.